Hi, this is Deanna Dewell from Heel in Motion PT, and you're watching my YouTube channel. If you haven't already clicked subscribe, please do. I'm doing this series of beach HIIT exercises, and we just did a leg day, and I feel like I need a little more glute medius work. Some of that work that you do where you're high energy, it requires you to already have your glute medius built up, otherwise your knee meanders in or out, or your foot placement isn't quite right. So we're going to do a little bit of ankle and a little bit of knee stability by working on hips mostly. So you'll see, just give me a join. We'll do about 10 minutes together here on the beach, and hopefully you have a band. You will need a circular band. You can have a few different resistances. You can also place it on different places on your body if you need more or less work. Okay, let's get started. So first I'm going to do your ankles. Put your band around your feet. You're going to keep your knees still and let the balls of your feet roll out and in. Try to keep your knees still, balls of your feet roll out and in. My band's not staying put. Like I'm flaring my foot out. This will increase stability in the outside of your ankle, which is usually the place you tend to twist your ankle. Okay, I noticed that my left foot isn't working as well as my right, so I'm going to hold my right still, and I'm just going to work my left for 10. Right? If you have the same sort of thing, like one ankle seems to not work as well as the other, just give it a little extra time. Okay, another muscle that tends to be a little bit weak is anterior tibialis, all covered in sand. So I'm going to lift this toe up and try to resist with the other one. Lift it up, lift it up. So this toe is coming up against resistance. I'm just doing this here. You could also use a chair or something else to hold it. And I can feel my anterior tibialis working pretty hard by now. This tends to be a little weak in runners. So does that outside of the ankle. All right, now I'm going to do the other. So I'm holding still on one foot, bringing the other up, and I'm going to pull up. Now I've got my toes flared as well. That's just because I'm trying to keep the band on. If you have a tennis shoe and you can point your toe and keep it pointed, that's better, because then you don't use all of those toe extensors to help do it. You focus a little more straight on this anterior tibialis. All right, so those are some of the weaker ankle muscles. Moving right on. Let's get to these muscles. Okay, so I've got it around my ankles. That's kind of hard. If you want a little bit easier job, you're going to put it around your knees. I'm going to open up like a little clam shell here. So some of you might have learned this exercise on your back or on your sides. Clam shell. You can do it on your back, and it's pretty easy. So if you're just starting out, you can just lay on your back and do the same exercise. One foot's in the air and one foot opens up. You could also lay on your side and it will stabilize your hips more. Here I have to concentrate on shining these headlights to the floor. Good, now you can go right to the other side, but I'm going to work this leg until it's so tired I can't work it anymore. So now I've got it around my foot, lift and lower. It's a small movement because all I'm doing is squeezing my glute max, trying to get the 3 glute muscles just a little bit better than what we did on that beach HIIT, where a lot of it was quad, eccentric work, concentric work. And you know I don't count very well because I like chatting so much, so if you're bored you can take a little rest. Right now I'm going to go straight into that hamstring. Woo, I can feel it burning. If you haven't done this kind of work before, you might need to rest a few times. After I get to 90 degrees, it's really not any good, right? So I'm trying to just get to 90. There's a small arc where I'm working that hamstring against the band. Good, I'm going to give it a little rest, and then we're going to do one more on this leg. Just one more. I told you it's a quickie. This is the hardest one. All right, so I'm going to send my knee out like a clamshell, then I'm going to extend it long, bring it back in and close it. This is the easier way. Open it, extend it out. Okay, you can also extend it out, swing it around. Bring it down, lift it up, swing it around. This is much harder, especially I've got a red band. I can feel my body doesn't quite want to do this with the band. So I could take the band off and do it without a band, trying to keep my headlights facing the floor. Or I can go to the first exercise I showed you. Let's try about 5 more of those. Open, extend. Oh, damn. Well, stay with me. I'll try to fix this. The wind blew a little too hard here on the coast. I'm not giving up. If you're not giving up, I'm not giving up. Here, I'll put you on the floor. There you go. You can still see me. Okay, I'm not giving up. I don't care what they say. All right, other side. Ankles. I'll flip around so you can see it better. First, we started with the clam shell on this side. It's around the ankles. Remember, you've got your hips facing the floor as much as possible. Try not to let your whole body rotate. It's just the leg. If you let your whole body rotate, you're not going to feel this, okay? Meanwhile, you're doing a little weight bearing through your arms. So you've got your shoulder blades pulled apart. Don't let them collapse. Don't let your back get saggy. Okay, straight leg back. Lift and lower. I know your camera can't see it very well anymore, but straight leg lift. Squeezing the glutes, tightening my core. I realized for a second there I forgot. Tighten my core. All right, and then straight into hamstrings. I need just a little break for myself, but if you can keep going, straight into hamstrings. Pointing that toe, belly button pulled in, shoulder blades pulled apart. See, I'm a little weaker on this side. I'm a little tired, so I can't quite get my knee up as high as it was. I could do this without the band. 2. All right, last one. All right, you've got a little clam shell, and then you extend it out, and then you can bring it back in and close it. All right, if that's too easy for you, you can send it out and then bring it around behind. Tap, lift, bring it around. Tap, lift. The key is keeping your hips down, facing the floor. Don't let them rotate open to the side you're swinging. Try to keep right over the center of that knee you're standing on. Do you have 3 more in you? I'm going to try a few more. Woo. Clamshell if you want. Extend out, then bring it back to a clamshell. Can you try one more for me? Shoulder blades apart, core engaged. Woo. Good. So that got your ankles, anterior tibialis, and a little bit of glute medius, glute maximus, and hamstrings. To stretch that whole muscle out, we're going to do a little downward dog. Gets to the back of your calves. Bend your knees a little. That gets to your soleus. Put your feet all the way flat. Sit up tall and lean back. That will get the quads, hip flexor a little bit, and the plantar, the front of your foot. And then we'll go into a little pigeon. You bring one foot around and stretch. You can place your chest over your calf or angle it a little bit and put your opposite knee to your opposite shoulder. Both of them stretch slightly different muscles in the glutes. You might wish to take a little more time with this, but I'm trying to kind of whip this video in and out before the wind picks up. It was calm earlier today. Pigeon on the other side. I'm going to take the opposite knee to opposite shoulder. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for being patient with the camera. We're not professionals here, you know, at least not YouTube professionals. I'm just trying to get your best workout for you. Take care. Talk to you soon.